You may not, but we certainly do. Do you remember when Hillary Clinton claimed that Donald Trump had not paid taxes? Well, why not give you a refresher? Roll tape.
Maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax.
Well, hold on a second. According to MSNBC's Big Scoop, turns out he did pay $38 million on income of $153 million in 2005. $38 million in 1 year. That's a tax rate of 25.3%. Compare that to socialist Bernie Sanders, who in 2014 paid a rate of 13%. President Obama in 2015 paid 19%. And NBC's parent company, Comcast, they paid an average of 24%. Wait for it. Socialist and Occidental College professor of politics, Heldman, a frequent guest on this program, invited back specifically to address the extremely low tax rate paid by Bernie Sanders. Have you got an explanation for this, Carolyn?
Well, Stu, I'm a Democratic socialist. No, I think Bernie Sanders, given his income, should probably be paying a higher percentage. And I find it fascinating that, Donald Trump did indeed pay taxes, and it was an anticlimactic moment that kind of reminded me of Geraldo Rivera opening, the Titanic safe, where there's a lot of play up and then nothing happens. But he pays a lower percentage than average Americans, who pay about 31% in taxes when you put together state, federal, as well as Social Security, federal income tax, and Medicaid. Medicare.
Carolyn,
so
I invited you onto the show because I honestly could barely believe this. Donald Trump paid a tax rate in 2005 of 25%. And Bernie Sanders, who is a Democratic socialist, just like yourself, and you and I have gone backwards and forwards over tax rates, he only paid 13%. I can't spell it, but I know hypocrisy when I see it. And that, Carolyn, is hypocrisy.
I love Bernie Sanders, but you're not going to get any disagreement from me. He should have paid a higher tax rate because he's able to. People who make more money should pay a greater percentage into the kitty because we have the means to do so. So we should.
Okay. I'm going to ask you again.
For civilization.
You and I have kicked it backwards and forwards so many times in the past, but we always come out of it with a smile on our faces. So I'll ask you again. If you make, say, $10 million a year, just let's say you make $10 million a year, how much of that should you lose, should go to the government in taxes? Out of that $10 million, how much do you think should go to the government?
Well, I have no issue returning to something that looks like the system of taxation under Eisenhower or under, presidents in the 60s or 70s.
And how much would that be?
I would like to... Well, it's somewhere between about 60% and 80% for people who make an incredible amount of money. So for the top 1%, I would like to see them taxed at a much higher rate because they can afford to pay it.
Oh, they can afford it. Okay. Look, I'm going to have to leave it there, regrettably, because we have a hard break coming up. I know you made a great effort to get in today, and I know you were in an accident before you got here. I do apologize for that. I'll come back when I've got more time, because we'd love to talk to you again, Carolyn. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stu.
Sure thing.